Hey everyone, it's Rachel, and today I'm going to check out Rocksmith. If you haven't heard of Rocksmith before, it is a game that's basically Guitar Hero but with a real guitar. I get asked a ton whether I've tried Rocksmith and what I think about it, and the answer is that I've had Rocksmith for quite a while, basically since I started playing guitar, so over 3 years, but I rarely play it. I only played it a little bit at the start and I haven't played it since then, so I thought it'd be fun to check it out again today with you. Rocksmith has a couple different modes. The one that you might be most familiar with would be the song mode, where you play along to an actual song and Rocksmith judges how well you're doing based on what notes you're hitting and missing. And then there's also a bunch of other more copyright-free modes that we're going to actually be looking at today. Let's jump in now to checking out some Rocksmith activities. So as I mentioned, I haven't played Rocksmith in like 3 years, so I don't really remember everything that's available. As you can see here, there's a learn a song mode, which we're going to skip today for copyright reasons. There is a session mode, which is where you jam with a band, I believe. We'll check that one out. There are lessons and also a guitar arcade mode where you play some games, and we're definitely going to try that as well. I remember being not so great at them, but we'll see how it goes this time. So I guess first let's start with something fun. Let's check out what we have in the guitarcade. As you can see, I've played some of these before in the past. Let's just try String Skip Saloon. That sounds fun. Oh, we have to tune our guitar first. Okay, all in tune. So I kind of vaguely remember this. Each string is a different color. Let's see. Okay. Easy. Wrong string. Okay, this is a little tricky actually. You have to remember which string is which color. Wrong string. Oh no! That didn't go very well. I think some of the times though it wasn't my fault. It didn't seem to be responding all of the time perfectly, but maybe not the best job protecting the bar from the bandits. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try Ducks Redux, I guess. I think I remember this one. I played this one back a long time ago. I just need to hit the right fret. I don't know if I can get the rainbow up here. Ready? Oh, it switches the string to A string. Turns out it's actually kind of tricky. See if you miss. Oh no, what am I doing? I basically just gave up there. Yeah, this could be helpful. This could be helpful to make sure you can muscle memory move to the different frets, but I was getting distracted by all of the ducks. Let's see what else there is. Ninja Slidin'. So that's not really picking up super well here. That was my fault. Then we 42. 6. So I feel like some of these are a bit unfair. Some of them I definitely have. Oh, I'm still playing. Oh. Well, now I've lost. So I don't know how accurate this is all the time. I'm definitely messing up a lot as I'm trying to learn this, but I'm also making it more of the time than it's giving me credit for, I think. This is kind of how I remember these games before. Like, they're kind of fun, but because it's not 100% accurate all the time, it's not the most rewarding thing because you feel like it's a bit unfair. And I also am not sure that I'm personally learning that much from doing these things, as I kind of like learning through learning songs and playing music. But if you're really into games, I can see how this would be super rewarding, and there's definitely a group of people that could benefit a lot from working on their technique this way. So it's pretty cool that this is a thing. Let's try some tremolo picking exercise of some sort. Looks like I've never done this one. Tremolo pick the matching string as fast as you can to run, mute to jump, and avoid the crusher. This might be a little tricky.
1.
Go. Oh, I muted too late there. You have to mute pretty early. Okay, that time we got. Oh, wrong string. Let's go. Run faster. Go. Oh no, the crusher's catching up. The wrist is actually getting a bit tired right now. I think I'm tensing up a bit more than I should be because of the crusher falling. No! The crusher got us. That one's kind of fun. I can see that being a pretty good tremolo picking workout. Gone wailing. What is going on here? Okay, got it. It's a little tricky. You have basically mute to move all the way down. I'm not sure about this one. Like, I guess maybe muting and not muting works, but playing dynamically it seems to be a bit tricky to get it to the right heights it wants you to get to. Yeah, I'm not sure about this game. Maybe if you have it all properly set up to work well with your guitar, it could be fine, but that was a bit too tricky collecting those bananas. So we're not going to try every game here. I also wanted to look at some of the other things in Rocksmith. Let's check out one more. Let's check out Scale Warriors. The faster you play, the less damage you'll take. Interesting. I don't even know what scale we're looking at right here. Interesting. I guess you just play the pattern at that position in the pentatonic scale. I guess eventually you'd memorize the positions this way, but... Oh, now we should play more of the scale, I see. Interesting. So I guess that's how you would learn more of the scale this way, just by playing bigger enemies that have more movements in the scale. So I think my favorite game of those ones that we just tried might have been the tremolo picking one. I think that one is pretty good to get your tremolo picking down and get your muscle workout in. And I think also the string skipping one and the ducks one could be good to work on, just to get down your muscle memory of where the different strings are and where the frets are. It's cool you can just play games at all using a guitar, and I think that it makes it a lot more approachable to some people who might have otherwise stayed away from guitar, and I think that's really cool. So let's check out some of the other things we have in Rocksmith. Why don't we check out some of the lessons and see what those offerings are. I remember doing a couple of these when I first started playing, but I don't really remember how they were and how good they were, so let's see what we can do. Let's just try something. Let's try Slides 101. Let's see what that looks like.
Right.
So they have actual video
slides.
lessons, which is pretty cool.
Slides are pretty straightforward. Just play a note like usual, then keep your finger pressed down and slide up to the next note. Now you try it.
Okay. See it?
Nice.
There's a little lag there, but got it down.
Now let's try sliding down the neck. We'll use a different finger this time. Nicely done.
This is pretty cool. I like how they're showing the video lessons and then you try it out and it sees how you're doing. Okay, let's try this out. That was not the riff. I am just not used to reading these tabs like this. Okay, there we go. Got it down. 92% accuracy, 91% technique accuracy, so not too bad. This lesson is for beginners, and I think that it is doing a pretty good job of showing you the techniques through video and then having you play it afterwards as well. So this is pretty cool, and there are a lot more lessons. Everything from just how to hold your guitar to bends, tremolo, harmonics, lots of stuff here. So I think this is pretty cool. We're not going to go through all of it obviously now, but I think these could be really useful. I think this general concept of reading tabs on a screen while you're playing is just something you have to get used to. It's not something that I do often because I don't usually learn from tabs, as I've mentioned, but it probably wouldn't take too long to get into it, and I can see this being a really valuable tool if you like interactive learning like this. Let's check out the session mode now.
Session mode.
So in this mode, I believe you can choose the instruments you want to be playing along with you, and you just kind of improvise and they will change along with how you're playing. And I don't know how well this works. I don't know how it works exactly, but it seems really cool. You can basically make customized backing tracks depending on how you're playing and what you're playing. And I'm not that great at improvising, but we'll just try to do something here. We're in A pentatonic minor, and there's different complexity options. I guess you can do... Not sure what all these are. We'll just keep it with jam. Let's just try this and see how it goes. So I think we just kind of play along and see what happens. It's cool, so the drums are kicking in. pretty cool. I like how it changes depending on what you're playing. Like when I stop playing, it kind of slows down when I play a note. It will pick up, and if I start playing faster, it picks up even more, which is really neat. And I feel like this could be a good tool when you're learning how to improvise and you need something to practice with. It feels a bit more dynamic than a backing track because it is, but it's pretty cool and something that I think I could probably benefit from trying out from time to time because I don't know what I'm doing with improvisation really, and something that I could improve at a lot. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Let's just try it out a bit more. Let's check out what other instruments we could in theory add to our band. What about instead of guitar? Let's see what else there is. So we have bass, drums, synth, percussion, miscellaneous. There's a banjo. Kazoo. No, that could be interesting. Mandolin, rain, toy piano, ukulele. Well, I think we have to try the kazoo here. I'm just not hearing the kazoo here. This is quite disappointing. Maybe if we eliminate all of the other instruments other than the kazoo, we will hear the kazoo. Let's see if that would work. Now, all we're left with here is the kazoo. So this better work here. Let's turn up the volume as well on the kazoo. Not sure what this knob is, but let's crank it up. This is amazing. This is winning the show here. Wow. I need to get a kazoo in my band. This is it's so beautiful. I think this mode is worth it for the kazoo alone. So if you're looking for a kazoo band player but don't know where to get one, definitely check out Rocksmith. Well, hopefully that was enough to sell you on the band mode. That is actually pretty cool. And I think one of my favorite things that I tried out here, I think the lessons are cool. I think the games are okay, but they don't track super well, and I don't really feel like I'm personally learning a ton from them. But I have to say that kazoo, no, really, just the band mode is really cool, and you can just improvise and get better at that while playing along with a dynamic sounding backing track, and I think that's pretty neat. You can customize it to your liking and change your guitar tone, so yeah, that is a pretty cool feature and one I definitely recommend checking out if you have this game. Let's see what other things there are. So let's look at the tone designer.
Tone designer.
So I think here you can actually kind of model different amps and play through different amps, which is kind of cool if you don't have an amp modeler like BiasFX or something like that. You could theoretically just have this plug in your guitar and play along to songs with this running. So that is cool. We can edit our tone and look at different amps here. I guess we have a Marshall amp assigned right now. We can change that. There's a lot of different options. There are really a lot of options here, so this could be a legit type of modeling if you have this program and don't have other modeling options. And let's see what else we have. There's a pedal we can add. This has delay, we'll just keep that on, but there's a bunch of different pedals here. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of different things here you can do to customize your tone. You can also change the cabinet, you can change the rack. There are a lot of customization options, and I believe you can also actually just choose an amp based on a song you like. So there are options. You can load tones. An authentic tone, I believe, shows you the different songs, but I think it will play them if I click on them, so I don't want to do that right now. But you can just load a tone you like from a song that's included in Rocksmith and get a cool tone that way. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And now, although I'm not going to play through any of the songs in this video, I just want to show you quickly the song mode. So there are a bunch of different songs that are included and some that come as DLC, and you just kind of play along with them like you would in Guitar Hero, but with Rocksmith's system, with the tabs on screen as you've been seeing. And there are a bunch of different options here. As I said, I never really got that into it and never personally really liked learning this way, but again, I totally understand that it would be a great way to learn for a lot of people. So if you think this looks fun, I definitely recommend checking it out. I think there are a lot of cool things you can learn from this, and if you like learning songs this way, it could be really fun. There's also bass mode, so you can play the bass in songs as well, and I think you can kind of emulate that on your guitar if you want through Rocksmith as well. So that's another option. It doesn't have to be just guitar in Rocksmith. So that was pretty fun. I enjoyed trying out Rocksmith again, and as I said, it's been quite a while since I've used it. I still think it's probably not the best way for me personally to learn, but I think it's an awesome resource, and I really like some of the features like the session mode, and I think that some of the lessons could also be super useful, as you can see the video and then try it out and kind of get feedback on how you're playing right after you see it and right after you're learning the techniques. I also really like how Rocksmith intends to make learning guitar fun and feel more like a game than a chore, and I think just keeping practice fun in general is so important and so important for progress on the instrument. So if you find Rocksmith fun and have a good time with it, it can be an awesome resource for learning, just like other more normal types of practicing. If you're a fan of Rocksmith, definitely let me know in the comments how you use it with your practicing, what your favorite games are, what your favorite exercises are, or just any comments you have on Rocksmith in general. I'd be interested in hearing. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.